Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's Wednesday's episode of FAE News Network. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. Actually, all of us are really, but I'm here with Ion the Leprechaun.
Howdy ho.
And Baron Gunther Hammerhands.
Bleh.
And Count Morbid, the mysterious and dark.
Hard pass.
And famous Dana the Boggin.
Hi.
So, first things first for the evening, please hit the like and subscribe button if you will, and give us those pals. Share if you guys are on the Twitters or the Facebooks, and invite your friends, because that helps everybody, and everybody loves a little love, right? So tonight's show is sponsored by eSpec Books, and you guys are probably familiar with them from having been on the show. eSpec Books is funding their next round of fantastic novels, which are Lucky Devils and Witchy Ways, which is their new in their newest campaign over at Kickstarter, where they've already funded 4 books, so you know that they are successful in doing campaigns and delivering on them. And this campaign also is already funded as well. So by going over there, you will be getting in on the ground floor for helping to unlock the bonus achievements. But the books are Megan Mackey's The Devil's Day, which is book 3 in her Lucky Devil series, and Michelle Desaulniers' An Unceasing Hunger, which is the sequel to her acclaimed book The Clockwork Witch, and also Ty Drago's newest young adult Dragons. So this is an anthology, and they have a ton of bonuses, as I already mentioned, that are already unlocked, but you can still get in and get all of the cool Kickstarter bonuses. I would urge you guys to go and check it out. This is their information down there across the ticker at the bottom. And also, if you look in the low bar or the description, either on Bookface or on YouTube, you will find a link to all of their things. You have 4 more days for, wait, 5 more days to get in and get those Kickstarter backer bonuses. So please go check them out. They have been awesome. And with that said, we shall now get underway with this week's news of the Fae, I suppose.
That sounded very foreboding. Don't know.
It was supposed to be rhyming, not foreboding.
It's no.
Oh, it's infamous Dana Hot Pants over there today.
It is warm.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty cool up here, which is nice because it's been really warm for the past, I don't know, week or so, and finally the last couple of days have sort of cooled off here. But I don't know.
Compared to where you guys normally are, you guys normally are raining all the time, and we're a little warmer down here, but
there was
just
kind of
not today.
Yeah, you're quite a ways south down there. So so last week I thought I saw you mention that you hadn't heard anything about Dreamhaven in a minute. So
last week there was a post. It said, "Hey, see our updates and stuff," and I was like, "Did we talk about updates, or was I just sleeping through it? Because I was really sleepy last week."
Sleeping through it could be a thing.
Sleeping through it could be a thing, but also me space braining it could have also been a thing. So it's hard to say. But the updates on Dreamhaven. So we are the property that we were looking at in PL. They went with another offer from a different purchaser. That offer has not closed yet, and it is still pending. So we are. And we're keeping an eye on it because it seems like it's been pending for a while now. So we're just waiting to see whether or not it closes or whether it goes back on the market. And if it does, then we may try for that again. So in the meantime, we are basically just keeping our eyeballs peeled, watching all of the various sites that we can for potential places to land. So that's where it's at. And in the meantime, we basically are just saving, because the more that we save and the more that people support us by purchasing the Plague Doctor pins for this year's Fairyblossom Festival. I don't even know. Right. That ended up because of COVID.
The blossom wilted. The blossom is hibernating. By the way, he's right. He's right there.
Who? What?
Well, because you were talking about the property, and you said you were keeping your eye on it.
Oh, jeez.
I am
Ion.
That one took me a minute.
I know that is never a joke you yourself have ever made, so I know that's why it might have sounded strange.
Are you being serious?
No! Clearly not! No!
Oh, no.
Clearly!
No, not clearly. If it was clear, I wouldn't have to ask.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you would still ask.
Being clear and being clear to Fairy Princess Lolly are not always the same things.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's totally true. Woo! There, I have background lights now. I feel like I should turn off my above lights. That way you guys can see my cool lights behind me. So I have a cool thing today.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Cardboard.
It looks like it's a box.
It is, and I know what's in it, and I'm really excited to unbox it with you guys.
Except for you.
Is it Gwyneth Paltrow's head?
Is it a book?
You know, it could be both of those things because it's kind of heavy. So if somebody sent me
Is it a pair of skis?
It is not a pair of skis.
Is it a gefilte fish?
What is a gefilte fish? What?
It's a type of delicacy involving fish and Jewish people, where they take the meat out of the fish and then stuff it back in. It's complicated.
But why is it called a gefilte fish?
Because it was gefilte.
It means refilled.
Oh. Okay, I have the scissors of... I'm really excited, actually. So we have a cool drawing. Oh my gosh.
I got a mug given to me yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yes. You want to see it?
I do. I'm going to embiggen you so we can see it. Hold on. Here we go.
It's very dark, that mug.
Say something?
You got a mug next to your face?
Yes.
And it's black.
Is it dark like your soul, famous Dana? I mean, so how I heard that the Angry Wood Elf has finished their studies there, as they were a transplant student, a visiting student, what do you call that?
A foreign exchange.
Yes, a foreign exchange student in the human realm, and now they have finished their studies and graduated. How did that go?
We didn't exchange her for anything.
They gave her back.
They sent her back.
That's why you always keep the receipt.
The studies were done a long time ago, but they finally got our drive-in movie theater taken care of, so we could all honk our horns at all the graduates, because apparently that's how humans showed their affection.
By honking their horns.
Mm-hmm.
Fairy Princess Lolly?
They must really like me on the road.
That is a thing called a present. The whole thing starts with a box. A box. Is it steel?
It's
Is
purple.
it filled with a box? A box.
It is
Delightful, a box.
It is purple.
It is purple.
Okay, here we go.
Just a
It's
box
like
of
a
bright
film
colored
fish.
paper.
I
The
told
whole
you.
thing's topped with a bow.
Yes.
There's more purple. There's more purple.
Are you going to start counting the purple?
3.
No. That one was eggplant.
All right. So we had purple, violet, lilac, eggplant,
Mauve.
Chartreuse?
Chartreuse is a shade of purple.
It can be.
Is it colorblind?
I don't think so. I'm going to go with grapes. Okay. Shade of purple.
Ivory.
Lavender?
I already said lavender.
Oh, I thought you said
Did you?
violet.
Oh, you're right. I did. Violet. Violet and lilac is what I said. Okay. And lavender. Okay. Oh, okay. We're starting to get somewhere. Here we go.
Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet's kind of a thing. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Now this is cool. Look at how it's wrapped. It's,
You have an egg?
Amethyst.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like an egg.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not an egg.
So it is someone's head.
What?
Magenta.
No, it's actually wrapped with these pretty skeleton leaves on top.
Are they dead?
Poppy suggested it might be plum.
Oh, plum is a good one. Yes.
Plum is indeed a good one.
So these are cool. And then we have the card. This is who it's from. Oh, I guess I should embiggen myself, huh? Time to do the embiggening. We're getting there.
I couldn't read the card though.
Oh, well, I'm going to hold it up again because I figured it was too small. So, let's see. How's that? Come on.
Branch Studios.
I'm like, come on. Focus for me. There we go.
Fourth Branch Studios. Etsy.com/shop/Fourth Studios.
What's a studio?
So they were one
is
of the vendors on Handmade Home Shopping a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Wow, it's a giant leaf. I'm gonna have to do something artistic with these really cool skeleton leaves. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them on books. I don't know. Okay, wait. We have some moss.
Is it a watermelon?
Put them on a skeletal tree. Oh no, my cabbages!
I'm trying to find a place where I can grab on in here.
You could basically pull everything out of the box. Would probably.
I think I'm going to have to. Oh man, I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay, here we go. This is basically I do know how this will work. This will work like a mess. Okay, wait.
Thank you for joining.
Everything else.
Shade of purple.
Thank you to the
Plum.
I think that Poppy already said plum.
But I didn't think she had mentioned which one was plum.
Amethyst.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's a good one. Okay.
Heliotrope.
Oh, he got it.
You know what he has? He has the source opens.
Okay. What is he sitting there?
Byzantium.
What? Byzantium? Are you?
You're
cheating. You're cheating, Kel.
I'm cheating.
I told you. When you started reading words that I read yesterday, I knew there was a thing.
Iris. Indigo. Oh, I can't believe we didn't say indigo. I can't believe we didn't think of indigo.
I thought indigo was blue.
Royal blue.
It's a bluish purple. I mean, that's why they're called shades. It's like there's one called Mardi Gras purple.
Is there really?
Mulberry.
I love that word.
Royal purple.
Okay. So now, this is so packed in here. So I guess that for certain we know that they definitely pack their products safe. I better not break it in the process of doing this.
There's literally a shade of purple called Pizza's
It
Head.
really is someone's head.
Oh, what? I don't believe you. Pizza something. Man, there's so many. You guys could never come up with all of them like that. Okay.
There's literally at least 50 shades of purple. So yes.
Here we go. Green.
50 shades of purple.
50 shades of gray. So, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Green. Do I hear
There's only the one. Cabbage green.
Cabbage.
Why?
But you already used cabbage for purple.
Emerald. Well, you can have a cabbage purple and a cabbage green.
Okay, how about white?
Cabbage all white.
Ivory.
Hey, that's a good one.
Lighter shade of pale.
Ivory.
Eggshell.
Ooh. This is morbid white. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Powder white.
Titanium white.
Titanium. Ooh, we've got
Go in the
an
wedding
olive
gold.
and a snow. Snow is a good one.
Antique.
Yellow
wait.
snow.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna
Black.
open it.
That was black.
But I don't know what's in it. So I have a fun little, some kind of a note or a message here. I don't know. I'm gonna.
They're gonna tell you exactly what colors each one was.
I would actually. That would be really hilarious if that's what happened. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Bright plum.
here we go. And okay, green. Grass
Emerald.
green. Emerald green.
Emerald City green.
Coal snot green.
Oh, cool. I got a bunch of fun stickers.
Ooh,
What? Look at that.
mushroom. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know, but they're really cute.
Reindeer?
Well, this one kind
He
of
looks
looks like
very fishy.
a funky little shrubbery guy, right? I don't know though.
Hmm.
They're super cute.
The other one looks
Three.
Okay, back to unwrapping. We're still on white. Here we go. We have morbid skin white. We have
Bone white.
bone white. I thought morbid already said bone white. We
We have
have
shotgun wedding white.
Antique.
Sean Connery's hair white. Is that what you said?
Oh wow.
Oh.
You didn't accept my titanium white business. I don't know why.
I thought titanium was a metal.
It is.
Here it is. Are you guys ready?
Don't be a color.
Are you ready?
Flower. Hey, that's a daffodil. It's a handle.
Vanilla. Did anyone say vanilla?
It is a foxglove
Why
and
would vanilla be white?
daffodil
Beans are brown.
mug.
So you mean to tell me that after all the things about me getting a new mug, you got you a mug?
Well, you never picked out a mug.
You never showed me one.
You were supposed to pick it out. Why would I show you the mug? Like,
No, like I literally showed you like 6 of them, and I'm like, which one do you like best? And like, I'll tell you later. And never get back to me. You do it to me all the time.
you did not.
No,
Well, you better do it then, and then next time you'll get a mug.
no.
Do you also have to like hand feed them?
So this is beautiful. I love it. What do you guys think?
I think so.
It's very pretty.
It's very nice.
It's terrible.
Gunther's so mad now. You better show me a mug that you want, and then I will get you one.
By the way, since I saw her in the audience and we were talking earlier about it being very hot where some of you are, this past weekend, I was worried that Poppy was overheating, so I wore a mask and everything, but I led her on a nice, pleasant stroll down to a nice, cool stream where she could put her footsies, and I'm sure she was incredibly graceful, incredibly grateful about the totally not forced death march.
And you
involved.
didn't try to drown her while you were there, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm impressed about.
Well, there were some natural hazards, and if she had fallen in, I mean, I didn't go out of my way to push her or anything.
That would have taken too much work.
Yes,
Yeah,
That's
not
because
today.
Morbid's lazy.
yes, but the rocks were very slippery. There was also a good chance she would have had to dive in after her spawn as well. But yes, it was a nice, pleasant little stroll.
I feel like I'm just uncertain when you say something is a pleasant little stroll. It just seems so not like you. I feel like you're lying or something. I mean, was it actually? Poppy is out there in the audience. She can tell us.
A mild, slight, I don't even want to say misrepresentation per se.
Well, she said it was a death
I
march.
wouldn't say anything was an outright lie, There was walking.
It's
There was
just,
a river.
it's just also very subjective.
There was walking back.
Mm.
There were rattlesnake holes, according to her.
Were there rattlesnake holes?
Eh,
I mean, I'm surprised that you didn't push somebody in or try to, or somebody didn't try to push you in. What are these noises you're making?
There were apparently 27 different snake holes on the way to the river.
The signal's breaking up. I can barely hear you.
Oh, you sound like you're choking.
Doesn't it sound like that often?
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah.
All right. I am making sure to get everybody loaded in to, because we have a drawing to do here pretty soon as well. For
Drawing? I know how to draw.
Poppy, by the way, has responded in the comments on the YouTube. She does apparently remember the course of events slightly differently than I. I feel like it's very subjective.
Subjective.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. I'm sure that surprises no one.
Apparently, yeah.
No, I wanted to. So I have everybody loaded into the thing for the drawing. And so I wanted to really quick share what the drawing was for one more time because I think everybody is so excited about it. So I was looking for the image of that. There we go. So this is what the drawing is for today. And it's not only is it a super, it's from MK Crafts United States. And not only is this a super awesome, here it is. Can you guys see it? Yeah. So this item is enchanted, meaning if you happen to be one of our people that crosses the hedge with us, this is called the Stash Satchel. And the Stash Satchel, haha, say that 5 times fast. This item holds its regular capacity worth of things, but should someone get into it with intent to pillage or take what is not theirs, the satchel will appear to be completely empty to them. This magical item could be all yours for use across the hedge. Are you guys ready for me to do this drawing?
Yeah. Am I going to win this time?
Well, no.
Dang it.
But, you know...
You could acquire said pouch from MK Crafts USA.
You can, actually.
That's fair.
They had very reasonable prices, if I recall correctly. Let's see. I think I have their information in here somewhere.
I'd probably just carry food in it.
I mean, you can carry food in it. That is your prerogative. It would be yours, right? Here we go. That's them.
I mean, food for Gunther, because, you know.
Because I eat a lot.
You would want
potatoes. Potatoes are important, especially when they're in tacos.
They're not.
Yes, potatoes totally can go on. Haven't you ever had like a breakfast burrito?
Breakfast taco?
A burrito, yes.
Breakfast taco.
Burrito, but not in a taco.
All right, are you guys ready? Here we go for the moment of truth with the wheel. And by the way, Gunther, what gossip do you have for us this week?
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I have here that I heard someone taught Queen Una how to use a computer, and now she is wanting to run a virtual court in the hedge because, and I quote, all the kids are doing it. Does that sound legit?
Strangely, it does.
I
So,
don't think all
there
the
you go.
kids are running
Congratulations to Holly Hensley. You are the winner of the awesome Stash Satchel. It shall be yours. And that will bring us then, because we do not have this week a vendor Gunther and I have been busy doing a number of other things, and
I'm busy doing things right now.
I mean, I guess if being here counts, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking. I was thinking that I would show off some of the work that you've.
Okay.
If you wanted to, but before we do that, I want to show everybody what this week's drawing item is, and this was an item that was left from the Dumb Supper where we had an auction, and so this is another enchanted item for use across the hedge if you happen to be one of those people that crosses the hedge with us. And I'm going to embiggen myself so that you guys can see this a little bit more, because it's actually quite intricate. I'm probably going to need a piece of paper. So it is the Necklace of Tranquility, and this will be for next week's drawing. And I shall open this up and show it to you. I'm having all kinds of fun unboxing things today. So here it is. And now, let me see if I can. Do we have enough light there? Seems like it's dark.
There are definitely sparkles in it.
Yes, it is green jasper, freshwater pearls, green garnets, or I think green garnets. Green jasper, garnet, freshwater pearl, and Swarovski crystals. Let's see.
Very pretty.
Yes, and so because as you all know, enchanted items all come with their magical powers, and so the magical powers on this one, according to its scroll, I shall read it to you all. The magical powers for the Necklace of Tranquility, which is a green jasper and garnet. Here's its scroll necklace. And it is said to have such soothing properties that to watch the gentle swaying of it brings about such a relaxed state that it can induce hypnosis in those who observe it for too long. It confers upon the wearer the ability to hypnotize one observer for up to 5 minutes at a time. Somebody's going to be in trouble.
What? I think I was hypnotized.
What? Yes, so the magic word to enter at the end of the show, if you would like to be entered to win, it has a $50 value. And if you would like to be entered to win, get your extra entry to win, I guess. Well, I sort of guess it depends. Anyway, the magic word is Jasper. That is it. So enter that word in the comments below after the show is over tonight, and you will be entered to win this next week on the drawing. And the magic word is going down there in the ticker.
So not the friendly ghost?
No,
That's
Jasper. Not Jasper.
No.
Okay.
Ion, we're talking about like when your voice is really hoarse and you're just kind of gasping and coughing. Like when you're kind of can barely get the breath out.
Jasper.
Yes. So that I think it's really quite a beautiful piece, and so that is kind of exciting. So Gunther, back to you for some more gossip from around the realm.
By the way, real quick, the key to not being hypnotized by Fairy Princess Lolly is to never really like listen very well. Like you can't be hypnotized if you're not really paying attention.
So
That is some swell advice.
What were you saying?
huh?
That's what you get, Count Morbid.
Anyway, I actually have a thing here. I heard that the Ren fairs this season weren't actually canceled, but instead they were being held as private parties for Count Morbid and his closest friends.
Is that true, Count Morbid? Have you absconded with all of this year's Ren fairs and kept them all to yourself?
if you reread that sentence, you can tell why it's incredibly false.
You have friends?
He doesn't have friends.
Is that actually
Yes.
why?
Yeah, no, that was actually, yes. That's I arrived at the same conclusion.
I mean, you know, the goblins are your friends.
Yeah, the goblins are kind of your friends. I mean, as much as goblins can be friends.
Splinter's your friend.
We're friends in that we all like to avoid each other whenever possible.
They seem to want to give you a log not too long ago.
A log.
A leaf.
Well,
There was a leaf.
In the back, yeah, they were attempting to knock politely on my castle with it.
Wait, they were attempting to knock politely on your what? With what?
At the previous Fairy Blossom, where they were trying to disprove the theory that I was a vampire, so they had a giant log that they were trying. I kept telling them they weren't even aiming at my heart; they were aiming at somewhere else. You literally took video of this.
No.
She wouldn't remember that.
What?
You were literally the one holding the camera.
Why would she remember that?
I barely know how to operate such technological things. No.
Sorry, the magic mirror. You were holding the magic mirror and recording the images.
No.
Oh, God.
So, if the queen really does want to hold court virtually across the hedge, what do you think about that?
I think that we need better internet connection.
Well, if all the kids are doing it.
That's what it says.
You guys are terrible. So
I mean,
that's it. That's your only opinion.
Like, do I have to dress nice for it then?
Well, I mean, would you dress sloppy to go to court?
But it's not really court, is it?
If the queen says that it's court, then it's court.
Oh. All right.
I mean, don't act too excited.
This should be painful.
Should be painful. Hey, you know, you're the one. That would be a perfect time for doing some of the things you were talking about doing.
Yeah.
If you want to petition for higher station or have
somebody.
So,
yeah.
Otherwise, everybody has to wait all the way until next year at Fairy Blossom.
Which I could see happening too.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that sounds terrible and like a really, 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 really long wait.
It does sound like a long wait.
What do you think, Ion?
I think it could be lots of fun. Although I was kind of hoping to go to court in my underpants.
See?
Virtual court. But they can't see me.
You know, I think no. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. I mean,
like, do you have formal bloomers you wear to court? And if that's the case, then
I didn't exactly figure that out yet.
He's got the formal underwear.
You know how they say that one of the things you're supposed to do is still get up and get dressed every day when you have to go to do your work so you could stay motivated and in the mindset or something. And that's kind of what court is like. You can't just go to court.
But what if we didn't do any of that stuff before the lockdown?
Yeah, what he said.
Count Morbid, I know for a fact that you never went to court without your pants on.
That you know.
When you're checking, when you like, checklist.
First off,
check.
Can I just say, illusion is a wonderful power.
You glamored your pants on. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I mean, I
I'm
guess
telling
it
you,
does.
if somebody had stopped clapping, I would have been naked. Yeah.
It just, I mean, it does explain to some degree the shininess of your pants.
Yeah.
I thought that was because they were made of pleather.
A good stiff breeze or a bucket of water, and it would have all been, yeah.
A bucket of water. You better be careful what you say. Somebody might actually try that.
Febreze in a bucket of water? I doubt it.
If you throw a bucket of water on Count Morbid, his pants will melt away.
Yeah, no, I would not.
If you throw a bucket of water on Count Morbid,
I assure you, there are other ways to free up from wearing pants, or to remove the pants.
But let's not go into it, shall we?
This
mystery can remain. This mystery can be left to be discovered, I think.
¿Está la fiesta en mis pantalones?
What?
I mean, if your pants are on fire, then I'm sure you... Never mind.
I thought you said fiesta, so I thought you were saying that there's like a party in your pants.
And so says infamous Dana Hot Pants.
So, gossip, or shall we start with this week's crazy news articles?
Do you already have the articles ready?
No, but I can. But I didn't last time either. I just opened them as we chose them.
Did you just go randomly down the list?
Don't expect her to learn from previous episodes.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Oh, there's still the reverse waterfalls in Australia is still on the list. I wanted to see that one.
Yeah, you never read it.
This one is dumb and I don't like it. Okay.
I think a reverse waterfall is called a bidet.
We all know it's just Australia where that things are upside down.
Let's see.
It's like a normal waterfall, but it has a pouch.
It's a marsupial waterfall. Is that how that works? I don't know about this.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. I can't read what all of this one says. Oh, ooh, weird.
What did you say you wanted? You said you wanted weird news. That's what you got.
That's true. I mean, weird news is kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Why is this weird news so weird?
Okay, here we go. This one right here, I feel like I don't even need to read it, but I bet that Ion can explain why it might be significant, which is the NASA mission finds a dwarf planet Ceres may be geologically active. Now, I bet we can just skip over this one. And Ion, why is that significant?
Well, the dwarf planet is actually one of 7.
See?
So Ceres is quite a large body in space, and it is, if it's geologically active, that means it may be usable as a possible place to go.
To go where?
To live.
How far away is it?
Oh, I'd have to look that up.
But
by it being geologically active means that there will be places on it that'll be warm.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, of course, they could be warm in the same way that there's global warming and nothing can grow and everything is a vast desert.
Wash away.
It's not that warm.
And you know that with the current restrictions, there's only supposed to be 6 dwarves.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Here we go. I think this will be the first one for today. American woman stopped at a Munich airport in Germany after husband's bones were found in a bag.
I mean,
Do you have the timer ready for us, Ion? Okay, let me find out. So that will be number 1. And how about Netherlands fights wild peeing with hemp-filled public urinals?
I don't know what.
Exactly. So I don't know what to think of either of these. So here we go. If you would like to hear about the Armenian woman who was stopped at a Munich airport after they found her husband's bones in a bag, then press number 1. If you would like to hear about how Netherlands fights wild peeing with hemp-filled public urinals, press number 2. Go only in the Netherlands, right? Armenian, so husband's bones found in bag is number 1, and wild peeing is number 2. I just really wonder. Yes, and it is going. The timer is going, and when it runs out, we shall read whichever one of these articles has the most votes. I see. No, wait, hold on. Count Morbid, you voted at the beginning of the show. You don't get to vote at the beginning of the show. Enter your numbers now, all of you out there.
So I got a rumor in here that says famous Dana the Boggin was inspired by last week's episode of FAE News and decided to make her own fairy meat jerky and leather pouches. And this was sent in by the guy who did not get outed by Jack's Links. Just saying.
What? Is it true, famous Dana?
I don't. Well, no, you know, I'm not sure entirely what the meat was.
Weren't we supposed to have other people on tonight?
I guess I'll have to borrow some of it and test it.
I mean, enough about famous Dana making fairy jerky. Weren't we supposed to have other fairies on the show tonight?
I don't know. I don't think so. Next week is the debut week for our mystery new fairy.
Well, I know. It's just I thought we were supposed to have other people on the show tonight. I think they were going to drop by Dana's, ask her about her fairy jerky recipe, and I was just wondering where they were.
I muted my microphone when they came in the door, and they promptly went and hid elsewhere. Maybe they liked the jerky too much.
They like the jerky too much?
I also made
they quite close?
Are
they alone with the jerky right now?
Noodles.
Noodles? Okay.
How are zucchini ring noodles?
They disintegrated really quickly in the tomato sauce. But the overall dish was fairly decent.
Is the timer done, Ion?
A long time ago.
We have 1 vote for number 1. I guess that Poppy gets to make the call. All right. It is going to be. Oops, there it is.
A vote for 1 over here.
What? I only see a vote for Poppy. From Poppy.
It was 2 above that one. There was a vote for 1, but it's the same one. So 1.
Okay.
1 with 2 votes.
I don't see. Oh, I see. Yes, I see. I'm sorry, Cobble. I didn't mean to miss you. Okay, 2 votes for number 1. All right, here we go. Sharing the screen. Armenian woman stopped at Munich airport in Germany after, why do they have to, I feel like that's so redundant. Why do they have to say it's a Munich airport in Germany? Is there another Munich somewhere in the world?
There's one in Indiana.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's also Detroit and freaking Oregon.
Is there an airport? Is there an airport at those Munichs?
There's a Paris in Canada.
But is there an airport?
I'm sure there is.
Oh,
man, I've never been there.
Okay, a woman traveling from Greece said that she wanted to return her husband's remains to his native Armenia. Authorities later deemed the transfer of the bones as lawful. End of story. No. I mean, I guess kind of end of story. Way to put it all up front. Let's see. Airport officials found human remains. 74 years old. Wow. After examining the contents of a wooden box in the woman's luggage. They then called in customs officers, a doctor, and a public prosecutor for further questioning. Wow, that's a lot of people. if she had this legal possession
Was it a checked bag or a carry-on?
I don't know, but if she had the legal possession of bones, don't you think she would have something to show that, I guess?
Was the bag made of his skin?
Ew. Police interrogations revealed that the woman was attempting to fly the bones of her deceased husband from her home in Greece to be laid to rest in their native Armenia, with flight stopovers in Munich and Kiev before reaching the destination. The woman was accompanied by her 52-year-old daughter. Documents indicated that the woman's husband had died in 2008 and was buried near their home in Thessaloniki. Federal authorities determined that the transfer of the human remains was lawful. The public prosecutor also found no grounds for a criminal investigation.
So what you're saying is that she was moving the bones in a cheaper, less expensive way.
I guess so. I'm curious as to how she came about them. I mean, I wonder if she had them exhumed professionally or if they went and dug them up themselves.
What if it's just a scheme to make more room in the luggage coming back?
Is 2008 long enough for a person to decompose after they've died, such that the bones aren't still covered in weird, disgusting fleshy bits?
Yes.
How do you know that, Dana?
Because technically it only really would take about 6 months to get rid of all the flesh and stuff.
Really?
It's faster than that if you make jerky.
It also depends on what you are using to spice the meat.
Gross.
It's bone broth.
Bone broth. Oh, that's disgusting. I mean, wait. Okay, here we go. So next articles, because that one went really fast. Let's see. How about leaf sheep, the only animal that can photosynthesize? That sounds fascinating. Versus local woman collects more than 60 accounts of Bigfoot sightings in Idaho. So if you would like to hear about leaf sheep, the only animal that can photosynthesize, press 1. And if you would like to hear about the 60 Idahoan Bigfoot accounts, press 2. And yes, please, I was just going to say, will you please start the timer? So press 1 to hear about leaf sheep and 2 to hear about
what are you typing?
Me? I'm typing the choices for everybody and putting them into the chat.
But is it true that you were actually kidnapped by Count Morbid and replaced by professional look-alike and body double?
Me?
Yeah.
Say no. Say no.
Well, it's kind of subjective, sort of like when you go on a hike with your friends that isn't forced, but is, necessary. Death march. So, Count Morbid is way older than me, and so he was around when I was just a youngling, and sometimes Count Morbid might have had some sort of input in,
beating around the bush.
Things like birthday parties. For example, that time he gave me the exploding pomegranate. So, I mean, was I kidnapped by Count Morbid? Not exactly, but I was sort of sometimes subjected to his perpetual presence, which is sort of like being stuck with a kidnapper, right?
And being covered in pomegranate.
The timer has run out.
We have votes. What?
One time you tried to kill me with a bomb.
Cobble,
Okay, we've got one from Cobble, the leaf sheep. Okay, here we go. Yay, Cobble, because I wanted to hear about the leaf sheep too. Okay, here we go. Leaf sheep.
Apparently, Poppy is letting us know she needs to empty her bag.
Her bank or her bag? Oh, because carrying bones is not normal. Not in the unenchanted realms.
I mean, who knew?
She did.
No, I thought she asked.
Poppy
No, I mean-
asked.
Very Princess Lolly knew.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, but
Leaf sheep, the only animal that can photosynthesize. These critters look like plants, but they are actually animals. Wow. Leaf sheep are one of the strangest kind of animals on the planet. They look like a farm animal, act like a plant, and live in the sea.
Under the sea.
Yes. Something about being slugs cutting a rug. Let's see. The little sea slugs are technically animals, but like plants, they get most of their energy from the sun. When leaf sheep eat algae, they suck out the chloroplasts and incorporate them into their own bodies in a process called kleptoplasty. It's kind of funny. Like,
That's not funny at all. Why are you laughing?
but look at them. They look like little planty sheep. Look at their little faces. These things are adorable. The process, which otherwise can be performed by only be performed by single cell organisms, essentially makes them solar powered slugs. The
You don't like
funny
slugs.
sea slugs are different
Why?
because they are not like the impertinent slimy slugs that are up on dry land. They're slimy but in the water, so you don't really notice that they're slimy.
I
And
feel
look
like
at how cute that thing is adorable. Unlike the ugly brown slugs that. Ugh.
I feel like you're being judgmental and specious.
I am.
Okay, just so we know.
Have you looked at the typical slug close up so you can see its face?
No,
Yeah, not too much.
I don't like slugs.
Have
The
you,
funny
have
little
you hired a
creature-
professional photography to take their pictures so you can see them on a website?
No, I have not done that. Why would I do that?
Maybe they too are adorable.
You know, possible, I suppose. But that just, even if they're adorable, that doesn't mean that I have to like them. You know, I can irrationally dislike them.
I mean, that's pretty.
they look
That's
like
pretty.
ears.
That's pretty irrational.
Irrationally.
So they are only about 5 millimeters long, and they can be found in shallow marine waters in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Man, they're so cute. Oh, that's it? That's the end of the article? It's like basically one little paragraph and then captions. Oh, it's adorable.
That's how you like it.
I mean, it's so cute. It is nothing like a land slug. So how come people can't photosynthesize?
Because I'm not good at photography.
A long time ago, life broke up into different groups, and we are not from, and people are not from the group that did photosynthesizing.
I mean, is it possible that people could be spliced and made into hybrid people that can photosynthesize? Would they have green skin if they did so?
Maybe.
No comment.
Probably. Because in order to photosynthesize, you need to have the
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll and chlorophyll. But anyway, the point is yes, those are green. So
Polar bears can be green.
Kermit the
lots of
Frog's
things
green.
can be lots of things can be green temporarily or even permanently and still not photosynthesize.
Let's see.
Fair.
I think that we're going to have a battle of old things.
Ion is
Archaeologists.
green.
I mean, he himself isn't really green. He wears a lot of green, though. So, I mean, there's that, right? Okay. Archaeologists find a 3,300-year-old claw of a bird that went extinct 700 years ago. Wait. And people say 2020 is not the right year to clone it. Versus fossil Jurassic Park. Here it comes. Jumanji, level 9001. Fossilized 429 million year old eye mirrors modern insect vision. So, do we want to hear about the fossilized 420 million year old eye, or do we want to hear about the 3,300-year-old claw and its potential cloning? Claw cloning or million-year-old eye? So claw cloning is number 1. Million-year-old eye is number 2. The timer is going. Gunther, tell us some gossip.
All right. So I hear that, let's see, it says, is it true Ion the Leprechaun starred in The Wonder Years as a child?
Ion, is it true?
As a child?
Clearly he was an adult.
I think when Ion was a child, the Wonder Years didn't exist. Is that what you're trying to say, Ion? I mean, you're over almost 500 years old, aren't you?
I mean, you know,
let's not talk about that.
It could be a reboot.
Or how the Home Alone kid is 40.
It could just.
I thought he was trying to say that he started as an adult. He just thought he was a kid.
I think that's pretty much every day.
I was under the assumption it was just going to be a reboot.
So we have 2 votes for number 2, and number 2 was the number 2 is the eye, the 429 million year old eye, and number 1 is the cloning of the extinct bird's claw. How much time do we have left? Just a few more seconds.
Did you vote in while it matters?
Now let's just count Morbid's favorite part.
Eyeballs.
Oh, and it is done, and eyeballs it is. Here we go. Okay. That would be me hitting the wrong button. So sorry. Oh, did I not?
What happened? Did you not know how to hit a button?
It was big and red, and I pushed it instinctually.
And you got stage fright.
No, I mean I just pushed the wrong button. Okay. Don't make fun of me.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. Fossilized 429 million year old eye mirrors modern insect vision. An exquisitely well-preserved 429 million year old eye from a marine creature that went extinct before the dinosaurs even existed had vision comparable to modern-day bees and dragonflies, researchers said on Thursday. It is a trilobite Olacoplura Kianiki. Easy to say. Fossilized trilobites, formidable-looking arthropods with segmented bodies and sturdy exoskeletons, are found all over the world. The creatures crawled across ancient seabeds during the Paleozoic era, which came to an end about 252 million years ago, during the Great Dying and Extinction event that wiped out 95% of life on Earth. Do we know what that event was? The specimen detailed in the journal Scientific Reports is just 1 to 2 millimeters high and has 2 protruding semi-oval eyes on the back of its, those are eyes? On the back of its head. That's a head, one of which had broken off. Using digital microscopy, researchers from Germany and Britain found internal structures remarkably similar to those of compound eyes in modern insects and crustaceans, which see through a honeycomb of small lenses, each with a separate visual unit that takes in a small patch of light. In this little trilobite, the compound eye is almost the same as that of bees and dragonflies of today, and many modern diurnal, which means day active, crustaceans, said co-author Brigitte Schoenemann of the zoology department of the University of Cologne. So this system seems to be very efficient and very old. Ew, is that its eye close up? It is. Check that out.
That's gross. I don't like
It's
it.
cool looking.
You think it's cool? It looks like a snake.
Looks like a scale, yeah.
Like a pattern on.
Yeah, because it's composite. There's lots of little eyes.
How come our eyes didn't do that? How come we only have one?
And it's not on the back of our
lens, I
head.
guess.
Technically, we have 2.
No, in one lens in each eye, I guess. How come our eyes didn't develop like that?
Well, in
I
many
think it's
respects,
because
the eye
our
we have is
brain-
superior. So,
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that part. I think it's just because our brain can't handle multiple inputs of information all at the same time.
what if we develop with that eye?
Okay, fair.
Just like it does.
Bees. I mean,
These
it's,
are awesome.
These also fly against all freaking, rights of physics, right? Like
No, they
bumblebees
don't.
will not be able to fly.
they don't. That's not true.
Wait, what'd you say?
The
Bees
bees do
don't
not
fly.
defy physics or aerodynamics or any of the things of the sort.
Well, it's a good thing we have an expert in human magics over here, I guess.
Yeah, because I've been trying to ride a bee. I mean, that's the thing.
Listen, I saw a bumblebee once carry off an entire T-bone steak. I'm not sure. I think you might be wrong, Ion.
That doesn't mean that defies physics. That just means that's a strong bumblebee.
I agree
Or a
with the
persistent
Ion.
one.
Yes, unreasonably strong. In fact,
That
physics
bumblebee
defy
did not.
it strong.
That bumblebee did not miss leg day. That's what he's saying.
That bee did not miss leg day.
Or in this case, wing day. Yes. But while ants are known to carry more than 25 times their weight. So it's not unreasonable for arthropods, insects, to do such a thing. On the small scale, exoskeletons are stronger. On the big scale, they tend not to be able to hold their own weight. Which is why spiders don't get very big.
Ooh. Okay, let's see here. I'm looking.
And Cobble wanted to mention, imagine how complicated contact lenses would be for a compound eye.
So, if you had these compound lenses and you put them on to your compound eye, and they got slightly turned, would you have kaleidoscope? Would you?
Oh no!
Kaleidos, a girl with
That seems like-
Oops. Sorry. That's kind of cool. I want kaleidoscope eyes. Okay.
I got
I mean-
some right here. See, look.
Those look awesome. I want kaleidoscope eyes. Now that you have your own compound eyes, do you see 50,000 of us?
Yes. Quit itching your eye. I can see 50,000 of it.
I had to itch my eye. It itched. Okay, so speaking of cloning, man, what the heck? Okay. How about kitten survives 30-mile drive in an engine compartment of a car.
I knew you'd pick that one. I bloody knew you'd pick that one. Oh my goodness gracious.
Versus skinny pigs are hairless guinea pigs that look like pocket-sized hippos. So if you want to hear about a kitten brave or managing to survive a ride inside of a engine compartment, press number 1. If you want to hear about how hairless guinea pigs look like pocket-sized hippos, press number 2.
I mean, I never imagined a skinned guinea pig or a shaved guinea pig.
All right, Gunther, gossip, go.
Okay, let's see. I hear the Anunnaki of the Kingdom of Pacifica have been claiming they have been getting raided in the coastal caves by pirates. For some reason, they aren't really stealing anything, but rather they're demanding tea and crumpets with orange and ginger preserves. What do you make of this?
Pirates demanding tea, crumpets, and with orange ginger preserves.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, they have good taste because that sounds yummy.
I want orange and ginger preserves.
I want all of that, but I'm not sure I believe that pirates are doing that.
Why not?
Well, are they from Penzance?
I mean, it could be. We don't know which pirates they are.
Maybe if they were the...
They might be those pirates that get lightning in the sky and in the jars. Those pirates, that could be some of them. The sky pirates. See?
A sky pirate.
Could be.
So how are they raiding coastal caves if they're sky pirates?
They can get. I mean, how do they get on land and raid a town if they're pirates in the water? They take a boat.
Speaking of ginger, we have some ginger, and we never tasted it. We never did a taste test with it. I have all kinds of flavors of ginger that we never did a taste test with. We should do that.
So when you said ginger, I was like, yes, I don't see any redheads outside of Famous Dana.
Okay, we have 1 vote for number 1, which is the kitten. Here we go.
We never taste tested a bunch of cheese either, or we were gonna taste test.
I know. That's sad.
Yeah,
Let's
sounds
see.
yummy though.
Uh-oh, what's this?
I don't know about ginger cheese.
At least it's not from under cheese.
Uh-oh, I don't think I can...
My hair will be lightening up here soon, so...
You're going to go blonde?
No, I'm gonna go ginger.
Here we go. Okay. I had to find the kitten. And then I had to go through some hullabaloo about whitelisting. I don't know. Here we go. Oh, look at that cute little kitty. Look at that cute little cat.
Snakes survive in engine compartments.
So, August 24th, animal rescuers in Britain said a kitten survived a 30-mile journey under the hood of a car and now has a new home with the vehicle's owner. The RSPCA said Rosalind O'Brien had spotted a kitten on her property the day before she drove the 30 miles from Cheshire to Winsford to visit her mother.
Was
O'Brien?
it a Cheshire cat?
That does make it a Cheshire cat, doesn't it? O'Brien arrived at her mother's home and heard the kitten meowing from the engine compartment of her Toyota Yaris. It's about a 30-mile journey, and I was doing about 65 miles an hour for part of it, so he was so lucky he didn't get burned or anything. The woman said the kitten hid itself deep inside the inner workings of the vehicle. When she attempted to rescue him, and she ended up calling the RSPCA for help. Inspector Karen Goodman James responded to the scene. It wasn't an easy rescue. It was quite tricky getting the kitten out. I had to lie on the ground, getting quite wet and dirty as I moved engine parts around until we could free him. Then I took him to RSPCA Stapley Grange Cattery to be cleaned up and cared for. O'Brien said the kitten will return soon to her vehicle, but this time in the passenger compartment on the way to her home. I think fate wanted me to have him, or at least he did. She said the kitten, she has named the kitten Yaris after the vehicle in which he was found. Aw, that's a cute name.
I don't know.
Oh, look, he's just so adorable. Here we go. Maybe there's more than one picture. Nope, just one picture. It's tiny, man. It's a tiny little cat.
But he's dressed up for tea and crumpets.
He is.
Those pirates are going to be so jealous.
Okay, let's see. I am so hungry.
I am too.
Okay, so let's go back and have a cloning battle here. So there was the cloning of the bird claw. So the 3,300-year-old claw of a bird that went extinct 700 years ago. Versus a man who is cloning old-growth redwoods and planting them in safe places. So if you want to hear about bird claw cloning, press number 1. If you want to hear about old-growth redwood cloning, press number 2. And wait, where'd Ion go?
He went to go check on things.
I have no timer. Okay, wait, I do. Maybe I have a timer. This thing is sort of old and doesn't work properly. Let's see if I can get it to work.
Oh,
just like me.
So apparently, okay.
So there was a time when you worked properly, Marvin? Okay, here we go. Maybe this will work.
Not that I can remember, no.
And go, Gunther. Tell us gossip.
It says here that apparently that this person heard the last time they were out that we were out searching for fragments of the Old Kingdom. Apparently, Gunther got himself stuck in a Tommyknocker hole. And apparently, I could try to deny it all I want, but they have video of me kicking my legs and cursing.
Is that true, Gunther?
I mean, listen, there was 3 people in the hole with me, man. I couldn't really move that much to begin with. And yeah, I mean, when you get your bum stuck in a hole, you're gonna curse. How else do you expound the fact that you're stuck in a hole? But yeah, there's a hole, and I stuck there, and I kicked it. And I want to see the video now, though, because I bet you that looks funny.
I want to see the video evidence of this too, because I think that you having your head stuck in a hole, kind of like Winnie the Pooh with his head stuck in a honey jar, kicking your legs about, sounds hilarious. I mean, it sounds almost as funny as that time with my offer. I totally won that battle. This is the slowest ever. Okay, wait. I'm going to make a funnel out of it. Ooh, there it goes. I'm pretty sure it didn't used to always be this slow. It's old. But it was so cool looking. Because it,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just went crazy.
We have 1 vote for number 2. I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. That's going to be the vote.
And that's being silly.
Yes.
I don't like
Okay, here we go. So number 2 is not number 2 is the redwood one, right? Where'd it go? Here it is. Was number 2 the redwood? That's what I said, right? And number 1 was the cloning the bird claw.
I think so.
Yes. Here we go. Ha! The name of the magazine is Tree Hugger. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's see. I see you coming back, Ion. There you are. I'm gonna pull you back in really quick. Okay. This man is cloning old-growth redwoods and planting them in safe places. There is nothing like... Look at the size of that tree. Wow.
It's a redwood.
I've never been to that part of Pacifica before, so I don't know. So there is nothing like a coast redwood. Sequoia sempervirens is the planet's tallest tree, soaring to heights of more than 320 feet into the sky. They have trunks more than 27 feet wide and can live for over 2,000 years. Some of the arboreal gentle giants living today were alive during the time of the Roman Empire. Before the mid-19th century, coast redwoods spread throughout a range of some 2 million acres along the California coast, starting at Big Sur and stretching all the way into southern Oregon. People had been peacefully coexisting with the forest forever, but with the gold rush came the logging, and today only 5% of the original old-growth coast redwood forest remains along the 450-mile strip of coast. And as the planet warms up, the specific conditions required by the redwoods change. Their future doesn't look so great. Animals can migrate north to escape. The South's warming temperatures and consequential habitat change, trees, not so much. Near-death experience leads to redwood rescue mission. But with David Millark on the case, maybe they can. In 1991, Millark, an arborist from Michigan, literally died from renal failure before being revived and springing back to life. There's nothing like a near-death experience to inspire a new course in life, as was the case with Millark. His new quest? To harvest the genetics of the coast redwoods and give them an assist in migration. I feel tremendous sorrow that 95% of them were killed, and we didn't even know what they do to anchor our ability as human beings to live on this planet, says Millark. We killed them. That's the bad news. It's my job when I walk through the forest, to yell out to those trees, to hold those trees and say, I'm here to do everything in my power on Earth to bring all the human beings and all the help that I can to put this back. To put back every single tree that was cut down and killed. And I'm going to do it. Moving the giants. By cloning and replanting them in places where they once thrived but were lost, he is not only increasing their numbers, but planting them in locations where they have a better chance of longevity. And the result is twofold. Save the trees and save the planet. For humankind, at least. The planet will go on with or without us. But you know what I mean. Redwood trees are among the most effective carbon sequestration tools in the world. Notes Moving the Giants. Millark takes part in a global effort to use one of nature's most impressive achievements to rechart a positive course for humanity.
I mean, that sounds really cool.
To learn more about his work, watch this wonderful short film. It might make you wonder if one can become an angel from a near-death experience alone. There it is, but we're not going to watch it.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Why?
Well, because... What?
That was movie time.
No, I was just reading Cobble's comment where he said those things are HYOOJ, and I didn't know what that acronym stood for. But then I realized that was him spelling out huge.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yes, I really would like to see one, but I guess this year not the year to do all that. So
Why? We can still go out in the middle of nowhere and get lost.
but there aren't redwoods like that up here.
I mean, what, 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours south?
What?
Yeah,
7.
7. Okay.
But most of the places right now won't accept visitors because of Thor getting wild in California and making lightning everywhere, and it's
Is
all on fire.
California on fire again?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
That's
like
Lord.
sadness.
370 different fires. It's really sad.
So
That's,
what I was trying to say was that it's 9 o'clock and I'm super hungry. So I kind of wanted to maybe go because I want to eat so much.
Is there a rumbly in your tumbly?
Yes, as a matter of
Okay.
fact, there is. In fact,
All right.
I'm not sure. My tummy might be able to compete with Thor right now with the thunder. Oh, hi, Eularia. I see you out there in the audience. Count Morbid is dwelling there in the darkness, ignoring all of us as usual.
Yes, I'm ignoring you. Hello.
He
But if Illyria is there, then I'll say hi. The rest of you can go like swim.
Yes, he assures you that the best way to not become hypnotized by me is to simply tune me out and don't listen to anything I say. But
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I just want to remind everybody, though, before we sign off here this evening, that this is the prize for this week. This necklace, which is a jasper, garnet, and freshwater pearl with Swarovski crystal necklace, and it is an enchanted item. So should you find yourself wandering the enchanted realms across the hedge with us, it will confer upon you the magical powers to hypnotize those who view it for too long. That is the prize. After the show is done and we have signed off, enter the magic word, which is going in the ticker down there, which is Jasper. Enter that into the comments and you will receive an entry. If you would like an additional entry, you can also join our Patreon, and then that will give you a maximum of 2 entries. Also, we would love it if you guys have news and gossip that you want to submit, then you may do so. Gunther loves to read the gossip out to everybody. So if you guys would like to do that, there is a link for that also in the low bar as well. And one more time, also, please just check out tonight's sponsor, which was eSpec Books. They have a Kickstarter that is ending in just a few more days for funding several books, and it's not their first Kickstarter. They have had several successful ones in the past, so they are established, and you can get in and help unlock the bonus goals that they're going for right now. So it ends September 1st. And also their information is in the low bar as well, and you can find that and click on that. So let's see, today is Wednesday, which means we will be back on Friday for author reads. And do any of you guys have anything you want to say before we go?
make sure you clone your sequoias.
Clone your sequoias.
Oh
Question
God, are you guys
all
still
of your
all
meat
here?
products.
Question all of your meat products.
Also, if famous Dana starts like applying a dry rub to you, don't worry about it.
Yes, it's just to help with the sun brazing your skin. Yeah,
It exfoliates.
She's become a recreational dermatologist.
Oh my
so
God.
many other things going on. Why do I need to worry about meat?
So, okay, then with that said, yes, Friday we will be back at 2 p.m. Pacific for author reads, and then Sunday we will be back with an all new lineup of vendors for handmade home shopping. So hope to see you guys at one or both of those, and we shall bid you adieu for the evening because I can smell the food. Goodbye, guys.
You can smell what?
Bye.
Go
Yes,
away.
yes. Oh, and hit that like and subscribe for us if you will. Okay, bye.
Poppy, go to the river. Okay.
Poppy, go to the river.